And I know I said I'd fall back.
Hi everybody, I'm Chelsea and I'm so grateful you chose to watch this video today. In this video, I'm going to be doing a FLEXi ROD set on my type 4 natural hair. I recently got my hair cut like into a curly shape, like a round type shape, so I do like how it turned out. I feel like I didn't lose too much length except for in the back, kind of more tapered, but it's still cute. I was interested to see how it would turn out. I think that the FLEXi ROD set is pretty good. I would definitely give it another attempt when I have more time to let it dry, but I think it looks pretty good, so I'll show you guys what I did. Please give me a thumbs up if you like this video and subscribe to my channel for more natural hairstyles. I wanted to mention that my sweater is thrifted and my lipstick is Fenty Beauty Wasabi, in case you're wondering. But other than that, thank you so much for watching and let's get started. I'm starting on freshly washed hair, and if you want to see my wash routine, I'll link it below and in the iCards. I'm just squeezing out any extra water from my braids before moisturizing with this Shea Moisture MANUKA Honey and Mafura Oil leave-in, and then sealing that in with this oil mix. I will link the information for that in the description box as well. And I had to figure out what I was doing, so I started off with the back half already done, and I'm going to show you what I did in the front. So I'm going to take out one of those braids. I had 8 braids total, and I split each one into 2 halves. And then I'm going to take this Lotta body setting lotion mixed with water as my styler. Definitely let me know if you have any suggestions for a styler for FLEXi ROD perm rod sets, because I think I could use something a little bit better than this, but this is what I used. I'm gonna spray that onto my hair and brush through it with this detangling brush that I got from the beauty supply store. I'm gonna split the section in half and then twist it at the base a few times just so that I will get a little bit more length. I'm gonna take the FLEXi ROD, bend it in half, and then place that right in the middle of the twisted section. And I'm gonna take one of the sides and wrap it around one of the legs of the FLEXi ROD. And the way I'm doing it is just trying to make it nice and smooth and tight, and I'm taking my time. I am doing this video in real speed because I met one of my subscribers. Hey Tati girl, but she was saying that she always has to rewind my tutorials because it's a little bit too fast. So I'm trying to slow it down a little bit so you can understand better and so it can be a little more helpful. So please let me know if that helps. I'm gonna do the same thing with the other section of the hair on the other leg of the FLEXi ROD, just wrapping it nice and tight. And when I get to the end, I'm gonna smooth it around as best as I can. And to help it stay in place, I'm gonna bend the end of the FLEXi ROD right at that spot so that it stays in place. And when I'm done, I'm going to squeeze it in so that it doesn't take up so much space on my head, because I have a lot of these in my head, and it should look like a W shape when you're done. In the front, I did use this edge control, and I'm gonna link it in the description box. It's supposed to be stronger than Black Panther, and I do think it did a pretty good job. I have used it to lay down my edges, and I like it better for that. But I'm just brushing it in around the edges of the section just so that in the front I don't have as much frizziness. I still sprayed that same styler mix and then brushed it through. I'm gonna take the section, split it in half, twist it around about 3 times, and then I'm gonna take my FLEXi ROD, bend it in half, and place that right in the middle of the 2 sections. And I'm gonna start wrapping the section around one side of the FLEXi ROD. And it was easier to wrap it around when I had more of the product on my hair. It just made it a lot easier to smooth down. If you can see, like right now on the end, I'm not having to wrap it around as many times. It just stays a little bit better because I have more product there. And then I'm gonna do the same thing on the other side. And the reason I'm doing this technique with the FLEXi rods is because I only had 20 of them and I wanted to have a little bit more volume and not use such big sections, so this worked out. I actually had seen someone else use this technique and I don't remember who it was. It was a long time ago, but I do like it. I added a little bit of the edge control to the end of it to make it stay, but I'll tell you why that's not a good idea in the end. I sat under a hooded dryer for about an hour, and then I used my super bonnet overnight, and then the next day I just took a hand dryer and blew it on my hair, because I only sat under the dryer for 1 hour and my hair takes forever to dry, and I just had a feeling that it was not dry. And when I was about to take them down, I was like, I don't know where to start, so I just pulled one open and tried to like roll it out in the direction that it already was, and it turned out okay that way, but I found it easier to just really pull them out. See, it just was a little bit hard to get out because it wasn't dry, number one, and then just the way they were in there was a little bit complicated. So I just was really pulling them open and pulling them out. So yeah, after I got done taking all of them out, I took my blow dryer again just to try to get it as dry as I could. It still was not dry, but this kind of made it a little more frizzy, so I don't suggest doing this. I'm gonna take some of that oil mix on my hands before separating, and remember we twisted them at the base, so you want to take that twist out first before you start separating. And the way I like to separate is from the ends, not all the way from the root, so that you have less frizz. And it's really important when you have like flexi rod or perm rod styles to reduce frizz. That's the look I like anyway. But yeah, again, I'm just separating from the ends, and some of the pieces I did wrap around my fingers, but it wasn't as springy and bouncy as I would have liked because again, it was not dry all the way. I just had to roll with it because I needed to leave. But once I finished taking out most of the sections, it did look okay, so I was like, okay, it's not so bad, even though it isn't all the way dry. And this is why you don't want to use the edge control on the ends. It actually left a little white cast. I think that's just from the layering of the products. I think it would do fine just on your edges. I'm gonna take my wide tooth comb and comb them out just from the base, but not all the way through, to give myself more volume and get rid of some of where you can see the parts from the sections. And then where I had a little frizziness, I'm just gonna tuck it away because that's how we gotta do it sometimes. But I think it looks cute, you know, throwing some lipstick and a cute sweater, and it looks a little bit better. And you can really see the shape of my cut from this angle. I think it looks pretty good. My hair still had a lot of movement, but again, if you have any suggestions on other products to use for this flexi rod style, I am gonna try it again, so please leave them in the comments down below. Thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe to my channel and check out some of my other videos. I will see you on the next one. Namaste.